Now, once again, this has been the show of the hot tag. We now bring in the head coach of Lionsbridge, hopefully doing things safely. Coach, how was practice?
Yeah, it was good. I'm actually driving back to the beach right now with my family, so I'm going to pull over and talk to you guys here. Be a safe driver.
Yeah, yes, safe driving. We definitely are promoting that. And Lionsbridge is getting ready for a matchup against Ballard. For those that haven't had the chance to keep an eye on your season, Chris, what's it been like this season for Lionsbridge getting to the last game of the year in League Two?
We've had a great season. We won the Chesapeake Division again this year for the second season in a row. We had a couple of challenges mid-season. We lost 2 games in a row, and then we tied a game at home, which we probably thought we should have won. So we went through a bit of adversity, but I think sometimes when you go through adversity like in life and you come out the other side, we were definitely stronger for it. And then I think the playoffs have thrown everything at us. We won a game comfortably, a 1-0 game. We were comfortably 3-0 up in one of the games after 25 minutes. Then we had a player sent off, they had a player sent off, and the game went crazy. We were 2-0 down in one of the games after 20 minutes, and then won 4-2. And then the last game we were down and came back again, and obviously then won on penalties, which was crazy and super exciting. So we feel like we've been through the whole repertoire of the way the games can go, if that makes sense.
It does. Jarrett, breaking down Lionsbridge, go for it.
And Coach, it was a good season last year as well. Winning the division, making through the playoffs. How much, even though I know it doesn't end in a title last year, but how much do those experiences and those scars get this club ready to make this run this year?
It's a great question. Like last year, we didn't lose a game in the regular season. And our first loss was, a heartbreaking loss at home to Vermont, who were a good team last year. So for us, we were able to bring some guys back, which is great. There was a continuity through the roster, and those guys had felt that pain. And I think we were readied, and we were, that's 3 years in a row now we've been in the playoffs, and some of these guys have had those experiences. We're also able to bring a few more experienced players in as well, who've maybe been in playoffs and been in the league before. So that definitely helped us too. But yeah, it's been a great run and a lot of fun. But the past is definitely helping our future.
For those who have not had the chance to see you play this year, and they're going to be watching you for the first time in this match against Ballard, chasing a championship, who are some of the folks that the guys and girls who are going to be watching this match can gravitate toward from a Lionsbridge perspective? Who do they need to keep an eye on?
Our goalkeeper is very good. Sala's very, very good. He saved 2 penalties. He plays at FIU. Isaiah Chisholm's a really interesting one. He's going to be a freshman at Kentucky this year. He's been with the national team. He's part of the DC United program. He's a 18-year-old who's 6'4", I believe, and 200 pounds plus of muscle. He's just an amazing young man. And then, our captain, Sam Hall's a very good player, athletic midfielder. We've got a bunch of good players. One of our centre-backs, David Materazzi, some of you soccer historians may know that name. His dad was Marco, who won the World Cup final, scored a header, won the World Cup final for Italy. So we've got some good players and a lot of really good ones. So it's difficult to just pick a few out.
Coach, one of the things that sticks out to me when looking about this team getting ready is we talk a lot of times about the playoffs format. The most important number you can put on that board is the big 0 under your opponent's name. Only 10 goals surrendered in the regular season and just continuing to fight in the playoffs. I mean, how has it been put together, this defense, to just suffocate teams for so often?
Yeah, I don't know who said it. It's probably a basketball coach, but they say defense wins championships. And I was an attacking player when I played, but I've always, as a coach, I've bought into that. And I think we've got a collective group identity that we do want to defend, and everybody wants to work for each other. So we defend really hard. We try and protect our goalkeeper, and we try and get bodies behind the ball and work extremely hard. But then we've got some special guys on offense as well. So if we're able to spring those guys, we can be. I think we're exciting to watch and dynamic. I wouldn't say we're a Barcelona of the 2000s, a Toca team. we're a bit more pragmatic than that, and we're going to be, athletic, physical. We've got quite a few British guys on the team, and so it'll be a little bit more of a British style, perhaps, than the Spanish back in the day when Barca were very, very good.
Chris Whalley, head coach of Lionsbridge FC, hanging out with us, breaking down the USL League 2 final, where it is Lionsbridge having to travel halfway across the planet to take on Ballard at Starfire this weekend for the USL League 2 title.
So
there we
go. I think I'm back. I'm not.
You are. You're back. Good.
I don't know what happened.
It's all good. We're back. It's great. That's all that matters. Community. You were talking about community there and seeing how things have grown since you walked in the door there at Lionsbridge.
Yeah, it's just been amazing, really. I think the club's done a fantastic job. This town has really embraced us. But I think the players that have come over the last 6 years have done an unreal job of being involved in this community, and we've done a lot of great things. So that's really, really neat. But yeah, to have the fan base we have week in, week out, coming out and supporting us, I think we averaged 2,800 last year. I feel like we're getting 2,000-3,000 every week. So it's a great environment for these young men to play in front of.
When you've been studying Ballard, what has study hall been like getting ready for this game?
I'm not going to lie to you guys. My assistant coaches, they do a lot of the game film. That's their job. I booked a week at the beach with my family this week, so I've had to negotiate with my wife to have a couple of days down there and then jump on a plane tomorrow. But no, Fernando Zuniga, Nathan Jones, Jamie Gunderson, Josh Spencer and Tennant McVeigh, that's my assistant coaching staff. Really experienced, college coaches. Jamie's won a national title. We've got coaches from ODU, Shawan University and West Virginia Wesleyan. So I think we've got 5 college head coaches on our staff. It's a huge staff, and we kind of, as a group, we've collectively watched the film and I listen to what they tell me, and I guess I've just had to sift through that knowledge,
I was going to say, how did this deal work? I mean, because you've got time scheduled at the beach with the boss and the family, and you're chasing after a championship. What were these conversations like?
Well, in fairness, my wife played soccer when she was younger. She loves it. My 2 little boys, I've got a 7-year-old, a 3-year-old. They're on the field after the games, loving life. So, they really enjoyed being at the games this weekend, and I think they'll probably give Daddy a free pass on this one. I'm a very lucky man to have my family, but very lucky to be coaching at this stage. I'm sure there's a lot of people would like to give up a few days at the Outer Banks, which is beautiful, mine. I must say that. Plug to the Outer Banks.
No doubt about that. So if we could get OBX to sponsor the segment, we'd be even happier.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Now, when you look at now, you've been a coach. Shawan leaves McRae, and for those that follow along in the lower divisions in the NCAA, what's it been like for you to see the game itself grow to where the quality can be found in assembling a roster from a bunch of different places? Could be domestic, could be international, could be D1, could be D2. What's it like to see the game continue to grow and evolve to where talent is where talent is, for lack of a better phrase? Yeah,
that's a great statement, really, mate. I think I've coached at Division 1 and Division 2 level, and Christopher Newport, one of the best Division 3 programs in the country. There's really good soccer players all over this country. We've got quite a few British guys in our team, but we've also got a lot of very good Americans. I've been in this country for over half of my adult life. The game has grown so much. Not just from, I remember when coming over, you might remember days of Fox Soccer.
Yeah.
On a Saturday morning, might be like 1 or 2 games on. Now, like the Peacock and all that stuff, and the coverage is so good. It's great, and all with the internet and all the coverage that you get. I think it's brilliant. And there's so many good players in this country. It's just great. The game's growing and growing and growing. And for me to go home, if I have to go back to the UK, people, soccer's getting a lot more respect in this country all around the world, if that makes sense now. People are really starting to recognise that. And, the greatest player in the world has just come to play in this country. I think is a huge testament as well, isn't it, Is
there any truth to the rumor that you and Mike Best and everybody there tried to get him to help you out in the League 2 schedule? Is there any truth to the rumor?
Messi?
Yeah.
I don't know, it might be it's probably a good rumor. So.
All right, last question for you before you hit the road and head to the Outer Banks with your family. And thanks for doing this before you hop on a plane and head to Seattle for the championship against Ballard this weekend. Once again, for someone who hasn't seen Lionsbridge play, there's always at the beginning of a broadcast keys to the game, keys to the match. For us to be successful, we have to do point 1, point 2, point 3. For you to be successful against Ballard, what do you think needs to happen out there on the pitch?
Hopefully they're not watching, so I'm not giving up our entire game plan.
Right.
But we need to be physical and compete defensively. I imagine at Starfight they're going to have a big crowd, so we need to go in there and quieten that crowd a little bit by stifling out. I imagine they'll try and make a hot start and get the crowd behind them, so we need to be thoughtful and intelligent about how we try and slow them down and defend really, really well. And then ultimately, I think there's no doubt about this, we are excellent on set pieces, and any team that scouts us will watch that and see that. We've scored a ton of goals on set pieces, so we need to execute and do what we're good at. We defend really well, we're athletic and fast on the counter-attack, and we're good on set pieces. I think the Ballard coaching staff will know that already by watching film on us. So I don't think I've given up too much. But if we do those things well, we've got a chance. And look, at this stage of the season, a bit of luck can help us as well. So maybe Lady Luck will be on our side and we'll be bringing a trophy back to the East Coast.
And at the same time, hopefully there won't be weather delays and games that go forever to where you're wondering if you're going to be violating local noise ordinance curfews and things like that and playing until the end of the evening and then the next morning, eh?
Yeah, really excited to get out there and play in 70-degree weather. We're looking, it's going to be, we've been delayed because of heat, we've been delayed because of lightning, and I don't think I've ever coached a game where you finish at 1:45 in the morning. It was literally, I was saying good morning to people as we were leaving the stadium. Which is pretty interesting, as you can imagine.
No doubt. Chris, thanks for hanging out with us and pulling over to the side of the road as you're heading to the Outer Banks to hang out with family as you're getting ready. At the same time, one of the best multitaskings that we've heard of in recent memory, getting ready for a title game and heading to the family with the Outer Banks. Good luck. Safe travels to you and the team heading out to Ballard. We'll catch up with you soon, my friend.
Thanks so much, and thanks for all you guys are doing for soccer in this country. We definitely appreciate it.